Welcome back. Well, I just returned from a few days in the Florida Keys around the Marathon area. If you watched my last video, it was from about as far northeast as you can go on the main coast, whereas this trip was about as far southeast as I could go in the Florida Keys. This video will be a little shorter than my other videos for a couple of reasons. Number one, the trip was a little bit shorter than normal. It was only 3 or 4 days. And the second reason was the majority of my footage, which was taken on my GoPro from my kayak, is now in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. So that is a story for another day. One of my favorite stops on this trip was at the Marathon Turtle Hospital in Marathon, Florida. You get a 90-minute tour, $30 I believe. At this facility they rescue and rehab around 100 sea turtles every year. The facility used to be a 1950s era hotel there in Marathon, Florida. And in the mid-80s, I believe it was transformed 100% into this sea turtle rescue and rehab hospital. They have a full staff of 18 and 3 sea turtle rescue ambulances that are at the ready for whenever a call is received that a sea turtle has been found and is in need.
Now we also have a 75 to 78% release rate, and right now we're showing almost a 90% release rate. And the reason for that is that at the end of every year, we have what we call a cold stunning event. For us, this cold stunning event takes place in New England because we do have turtles that have a migration pattern that'll bring them up as far north as Nova Scotia. Back in. Well, here's Grumpy of the suit of all the dwarfs. And then over here we have Digit. We have Likely, but she's also a very fragile turtle, and her instinct also tells her that she should be making a nest. Shut down so it will accommodate the large capacity and slow their breathing down enough so they can sleep and rest for those 4 to 5 hours. All the rest of the turtles that are in here are the result of a boat strike or of some sort of strike, and they have the humps in the shell as well as weights attached to the back of their shell. Now, a couple of our turtles don't have weights, and they obviously need them. But the reason they don't have them is that they get them on there, and then they swim down to the bottom of the pool, where they find a rock and rub their bum on it down to the bottom of the pool.
Now, the fish that are in here, I told you they were in the
They come in with the ocean. We do have Lily, and she is a beautiful loggerhead. And then the one over here on the right. Hi, Lily. The one over here on the right is a little fat.
I don't usually include food on my videos, but when you visit the Florida Keys, the food and the drinks are a major part of the experience, and this trip was no exception. So there was no regard for calorie intake on this trip to the Florida Keys. I will leave you now with some more sights and sounds from the beautiful Florida Keys. I would like to thank my fellow Travato friend for allowing me to mooch dock on their property while I was down in the Keys. And I must say I'm thoroughly enjoying this new adventure lifestyle of mine. If you like this kind of thing, I invite you to follow along and go ahead and subscribe to the Van Journal, and I will see you next time.